Hey, welcome back. It is an awesome 80s weekend. It is Friday.
Yes.
My favorite time of the day when Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law is back.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you. We always talk about the 80s because
We
I
do.
know that you are in the know about the 80s.
That was my era. I tell my daughter who loves to sing, my oldest one who loves to sing, that the 80s music was the best genre ever. I mean, it was perfect. So, yes, I love the 80s, grew up in the 80s, was a teenager in the 80s. So, yeah, that was a great era.
And the music, you had a verse, you had a chorus.
Yep.
You didn't just have a chorus that repeated 50 times.
You could hear the words.
You could hear the words.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And understand them. And not that I sound old or that we sound old, it's just that things are just not as good right now.
We have not aged, you and I, since the 80s.
Yeah.
We still look just like we did
do.
then. Yeah.
If you would see pictures.
Yeah. If you were looking at us now, we look like a couple from the 80s.
That's right. That's right. Maybe I should have bigger hair, but yeah.
Perfect.
Well, you know, there are lots of products in the 80s that are obsolete, although some are making a comeback. But waterbeds, remember waterbeds?
I do remember. Can you imagine that? You're pumping water into a bed in your house. What happens if you spring a leak? And all of a sudden you have water in your house. But I do remember waterbeds. I never really got used to it, especially I would go to my aunt and uncle's house and I had a waterbed and the heater never worked on it. And cold water is not fun to sleep on.
No.
And so I do remember waterbeds.
And you would have the two different types, the ones that were really like the ocean.
Right,
And then
and
there
then
were
the firm.
flat ones. But I guess air has taken the place of water.
I guess so, yes.
So at least fire hasn't. All the other elements, you know, earth, wind, fire. Gotta
I don't know
throw
how you
that
make
in
a
there.
fire bed. How'd you make a fire
Yeah,
bed?
that would be hard, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't work.
I don't think it would work. What are some other things? Floppy disks?
Boom boxes.
Boom boxes.
Boom boxes. Walkman. Remember when Walkman first came out and you could walk around with your music and the cassette tape, and we thought that was great, and you'd go through batteries like crazy. But that was the greatest thing in the world.
We were free to listen to what we wanted to listen to.
Yep, and your parents didn't know. But the headphones were awful back then. Remember, they weren't in your ear. They were just the ones over the top of your head with the little, I don't know, they just weren't that good.
I don't know how many cassettes I smuggled in that I shouldn't have been listening to.
Did you ever have a cassette break where you'd have to take the screwdriver, open it up, and then tape it back together where the break was and rewind it with your pencil?
Yes.
Yeah, I did
all
that
the time,
too.
or the little felt thing would come off.
Yep, all the time.
Yeah,
All the
lots
time.
of good 80s products. Some are trying to make a comeback like the Walkman.
Yep.
So if you're cool now if you have a Walkman or
Parachute
something like that.
pants.
Parachute pants, people still do that. But how about Saturday morning cartoons on networks?
Oh, see, that's back when you wanted to watch cartoons. You couldn't get it 24 hours a day. And I mean, I remember as a kid watching it. You'd get the Bugs Bunny and you know, the Flintstones and all those. I love those. Richie Rich. You remember Richie Rich?
Oh, yes.
That was probably one of my favorite ones, Richie Rich.
Mine has to be the Smurfs.
Smurf. Why'd you like the Smurfs?
Because I was
How is there
6.
only one girl? I mean, it was all
I
boy
know.
Smurfs and one girl Smurf.
What did she get up to? That's what I want to know.
I don't know where she came from, but yeah, I
and
remember
she
that
was
one as
created by Gargamel.
well. I did not remember that.
She was bad at first, and then she was good.
Sometimes I worry about you.
I think you do. Yeah, you have a right to worry about me. In all seriousness, Noble McIntyre, you are all over the TV.
Yesterday and today. I've been all over the
Yes.
news today as well.
What's going on?
So my daughter, Mackenzie, got married in May. And as part of that wedding, which was her fairy tale dream wedding, it was unbelievable. She had hired a videographer, Stephen Austin Films here in Oklahoma City. And I learned in November Mackenzie was having some trouble, still hadn't gotten her footage back from the wedding. And there was some very important moments to me, too, because the moment where I saw Mackenzie in her dress for the first time was there, and she and I had a very intimate conversation. And I'd like to have that, too. And she just wasn't able to get it back and wasn't getting some good communication. And I said, baby girl, do you want me to get involved? Because often when I get involved, it's a different outcome. Mm-hmm. And she goes, no, Dad, I got this. I'll continue to work with them. And I didn't think another thing about it. And 2 days ago, I saw on Channel 4 a story where 2 young couples had been defrauded by Stephen Austin. They'd paid their money. In my case, it was $4,000. And he had ghosted them, hadn't given their video, wasn't responding, and wasn't doing anything. And so I realized this isn't just Mackenzie. This is bigger. Didn't know how big it was. So I called Channel 4 and I said, come back, put me on the air. And they did a story last night, and the point of my story was I don't often cross the dad lawyer line, but I didn't want to come across as a big mean trial lawyer. But I said, look, I'm a father, and he possesses some footage that we've paid for that is very important to my daughter and very important to my wife that I can't recreate. And there's some other couples out there too, and I want it. And he can ghost everybody else, but he can't ghost me. And so what I want is I want all of the raw footage for my daughter's wedding and these other couples, because what he's done is in isolation, you can take advantage of people and you can cheat people because they think it's just me. And the average young couple can't go hire a lawyer for $5,000 or $6,000 to try to get $4,000 back. Plus, they just want their footage. But Mackenzie McIntyre, and I don't think he'd made the connection between Mackenzie McIntyre and Noble McIntyre. He understands it now. But Mackenzie McIntyre's legal fees are free. And so what I said on the air was, I'm going to help Mackenzie get hers back. But if you've been affected, I will help every single person get their footage. And I'll do it for free for you too, because that footage that's important to my daughter is just as important to these other young couples. And at the time, I only knew about those two plus my daughter. It's been 12 hours since the story. I've already had 10 other couples, one reaching back as far as November 2023, that he has taken their money, will not communicate with them, and has not given them their footage. So it's a much bigger problem. He has cheated many people. And his days of doing that have come to an end. As I've said on some other interviews, you can bully the little kid on the playground all day long until Big Brother shows up, and then it's not fun anymore. Well, it's now not fun anymore because I'm here, and I'm going to help all of these folks get their video back because my resources aren't limited, and I'm going to make sure that what these young couples paid for, they get, because they can't recreate that. And that's just a promise I'm going to make to him. And I'm not trying to be, just bash, like I said, this big mean trial lawyer, but I'm a dad. And I'm a dad of my daughter, but I also understand these other dads out there are in the same situation. So to the extent I can help anybody that's been affected, give me a call. Send me an email at noble@mcintyreLaw.com, and I'll do everything I can to get your footage back from this person as well.
And you can also ask Noble at tylermedia.com.
Absolutely. Happy to help every single person that's been affected. I'll do it for nothing.
This guy is through. What's his name again?
Stephen Austin. Stephen Austin Films. He won the 405 award last year. And so I don't know what you, and it has said to me, well, what if he's going through some individual problems and things like that? And I can understand that one or two times. But I have also been reached out and contacted by couples that he's doing the weddings in the next few months, wondering what to do. So he's doing future weddings. So if you're having problems, that may explain an isolated one or two in the past, but it doesn't explain continuing to take business in the future without delivering on your past promises. So we're going to get this thing figured out one way or the other.
Wow.
If I have to put them on 40 digital billboards around Oklahoma City, which I have, I'll do it.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Noble McIntyre, McIntyre Law. If you've been affected, you know to call him. You can call us for sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You bet.